And we begin tonight at 5 with dangerously cold temperatures. We are now more than 48 hours in a row with wind chills below zero. And this is impacting schools, sports, and even the ability to do some basic things around your home. Good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Felicia Lawrence.
I'm Dustin Grove in for Anne Marie. Let's get right to Angela in the Weather Center tonight, tracking this extreme cold, this dangerous cold that just won't go away, will it?
It won't. We're going to continue that alert all the way through mid-morning tomorrow with that cold weather advisory having an impact on schools and outdoor activities and all kinds of activities, actually. Hopefully you're not doing any outdoor activities. We do have closings and delays already scrolling along the bottom of your screen. Wind chills feeling like 18 below in Indianapolis right now, feeling like 20 below zero in Crawfordsville. Dangerous cold all across central Indiana. And as Felicia and Dustin pointed out, we are now more than 48 hours in a row with these wind chills sub-zero, and we're not getting any relief over the next 12 to 18 hours or so. So continue to protect your home, your family, your pets from the extreme cold. Temperatures, actual air temperatures have been going in the wrong direction most of the day. We're in the single digits and we'll be close to zero through 9 o'clock and then go sub-zero early tomorrow morning. As kids head to school, a lot of them will be on a delay again tomorrow morning as temperatures slowly climb through the single digits by mid to late morning. We eventually get into the 20s tomorrow afternoon, the beginning of a slightly more mild change. We'll have all the numbers for you in the 7-day.
And we're keeping an eye on these bitter cold temperatures. You can get these alerts sent straight to your phone. Download the live Doppler 13 weather app today. It's free in your phone's app store.
Right now, a suspected serial killer is on trial here in Indianapolis. One of his accused victims, a local mother who died 18 years ago.
Bruce Mendenhall is already serving 2 life sentences for killing 2 women in Tennessee. Rich Nye is at the Community Justice Campus tonight with the local case that has taken nearly 2 decades to come to trial. Rich, fill us in here.
Dustin and Felicia, Bruce Mendenhall worked as a long-haul trucker from Illinois who traveled all over the United States. Authorities believe that he may be responsible for the deaths of at least 9 women from almost as many states. Mendenhall has been brought here to Marion County to stand trial this week for the 2007 murder of 31-year-old Karma Purpura of Indianapolis, a mother of 2 children. She was last seen July 11, 2007, near Mendenhall's truck at the Flying J truck stop at the Harding Street exit and I-465 on the southeast side of Indy. Mendenhall was arrested the next day at a truck stop in Nashville, Tennessee, by detectives investigating another woman's murder. They found a bag, that is, of bloody clothes in the truck. Those clothes belonged to Purpura, as well as her mobile phone and ATM card.
This case has taken some time to get to trial. There's been different nuances along the way. But the state's position is we are presenting an overwhelming amount of evidence. Admissions, blood evidence, DNA, bones found. It all ties together.
What don't you see? What don't you hear? You, and you alone in this room, get to consider the facts and what the law is. Once you do that, I am firmly convinced that when we come to you tomorrow for your decision, we'll find my client, Bruce Mendenhall, not guilty.
Purpura's body was found about 4 years later along a highway in Kentucky. The medical examiner there determined she had been shot through the head. This case is expected to wrap up tomorrow. Several of Purpura's family and friends were here in the courtroom today, but did not wish to speak. And coming up at 6 o'clock, you're going to hear from the detective in Tennessee who arrested Mendenhall and may have brought his killing to an end.
All right, Rich Nye reporting live at the Community Justice Campus. Thank you so much.
Tonight, we are learning more about a deadly crash in Clinton County. It happened around 3 o'clock Sunday morning in Rossville. Police tell us a car ran off the south side of State Road 26 and struck a utility pole and a tree. That driver, Chad Monk, died at the scene. He was 41 and from Henryville down in southern Indiana.
A woman's estranged husband is arrested for attempted murder after a shooting injured his wife and killed her unborn child.
Disturbing details here, and as Jenny Runovich tells us, police believe the suspect planned the whole thing.
Well, not only is the victim recovering from surgery here at Eskenazi Hospital, she's also grieving. Shot 5 times, and that shooting took the life of her unborn child.
Police arrested the woman's estranged husband just a half hour after the shooting. They say a license plate reader and community tips led to the quick capture. According to court records, the suspect admitted to the shooting, told detectives he planned it for days, bought ammo and the gun officers found in his Jeep on Thursday, test fired the gun in the woods. On Sunday, at a home near Garfield Park, police say he shot his estranged wife, 5 months pregnant, 5 times in the stomach. Her unborn baby did not survive.
Losing a child, an unborn child, the trauma to always probably have fear of that person, that suspect that's been arrested, shooting at her, going through the physical recuperation. It's just trauma that nobody should have to go through ever.
I just hope she gets better and that guy never ever gets out of jail.
The suspect, who's now in the Marion County Jail, has an initial court appearance set for Friday morning. He is facing a preliminary charge of attempted murder, but investigators say more charges could follow. In Indianapolis, Jenny Runovich, 13 News.
And tonight, attorneys for Richard Allen argue his conviction in the Delphi murders case should be overturned because of what they consider major errors.
Right now, Richard Allen is in prison for killing Abby Williams and Libby German back in 2017. Our Samantha Johnson is here now after digging into these new documents today. Sounds like a pretty significant development here, Sam.
Yeah, there was information in here that we hadn't heard of before. So there was new information to break down. This motion here is 24 pages, and it really outlines what the defense team believes are 4 main mistakes that they say could have changed the outcome of Richard Allen's trial.
Late Monday night, Allen's attorneys filing a motion to correct errors, which is different than the appeal we were all expecting. Former prosecutor and defense attorney Brad Banks says this essentially hits the pause button on the appeal process.
Basically telling the court, hey, there were some mistakes made, and we think you should fix them.
The first error, according to the defense, the safekeeping order that sent Allen to solitary confinement at Westville Correctional Facility. The defense lists a number of reasons it was, quote, plainly illegal from start to finish. And that's important because Allen's attorneys argue if he hadn't been there, those prison confessions used against him wouldn't have ever happened. Another issue is about the timeline of the murders. The defense claims the state allowed false evidence, testimony about when a white van drove by the crime scene, which they say contradicts actual security video near the Monon High Bridge Trail. A third issue, conflicting arguments about evidence related to the headphone jack on Libby's cell phone found at the crime scene. Now, Allen's attorneys are asking the court to overturn his conviction or schedule a hearing to talk about the motion.
This will get us to the next big phase, which is probably going to take 1.5 years or more, which will be the appeal in this case.
All right, so the state does have a chance, of course, to respond to this filing, and then the judge will rule on this case. We told you, though, at the very beginning there were 4 errors, right? And we broke down 3 of them. The 4th one is new evidence, and it's a confession from a man named Ron Logan. If you followed this case with us before, you know that name. You've heard us talk about him. So we'll explain why that defense attorney we talked to today said that confession was the most shocking part of this new motion filed just this week. We'll break that down coming up at 6.
Does the judge have any sort of deadline on when she has to rule on this?
Yeah, we asked the defense attorney that today. He told us that once the state files their response to this motion, the judge will kind of take her time reading both before she decides if she wants to hold a hearing. The defense attorney told us that could take anywhere from 45 to 60 days.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We'll keep you updated.
Obviously, we all want to get to justice and everything, but it just feels like you keep reopening the wound.
Yeah, still very much continuing
Much more to
on.
come.
We'll see your story again coming up tonight at 6 o'clock with that new development
Thanks,
there.
Sam.
Thanks, Sam. And you can read each issue the defense brings up on our website for yourself. Just head to WTHR.com/Delphi.
All right, so tonight we are learning more about cuts to IU athletics.
25 department jobs were eliminated. This Associated Press report says it is all because of the new revenue sharing model in college sports.
13 IU athletics employees are being laid off, then 12 vacant jobs will go unfilled. And tonight, one of Notre Dame's coaches could be heading to the NFL. The Bengals want to talk with the defensive coordinator for the Irish. The NFL Network is reporting that Al Golden is emerging as a top candidate for the DC position for the Bengals. If Golden gets the job, this would be his second stint with the team. Now, he previously served as the linebackers coach in the 2021 season. This after the Irish lost in the college football playoff championship. The game last night to Ohio State, 34-23.
Tough loss.